On May 26, 1987, NBA fans witnessed one of the most shocking endings to a playoff game in the Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons. But before we talk about the ending, let's look at what the NBA was like in 1987, and you might be surprised about how the season started. Immediately following the 86-87 draft, the NBA was hit by tragedy as Len Bias, the first overall pick, died of a cocaine overdose 2 days after being selected by the Boston Celtics. This season was also the end of an era as Julius Erving announced his retirement. Before Kobe's farewell tour, there was the Irving farewell tour, and arenas around the league paid tribute to Irving's career by staging events for him throughout the season. Let's listen in to Boston coach Red Auerbach.
I'd like to present you with this clock, which I hope you'll cherish. Thanks for being so great.
Meanwhile, in Chicago, Bulls fans were witnessing the emergence of Michael Jordan. In only his third year in the league, Jordan averaged a whopping 37.1 points per game and became only the second player in NBA history to reach 3,000 points in one season, following the great Julius Erving. This began a 7-year reign for Jordan as the league leader in scoring. Despite these personal accolades, Jordan was unable to push the Bulls to be an elite team that season. With a dismal record of 40-42, the Bulls barely squeaked into the playoffs. The true powerhouses of the 86-87 season were the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics. The Lakers, led by Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Byron Scott, managed 65 wins that year, while the Celtics, with names like Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, managed 59 wins and ended up in second place overall in the season. Boston's story that year was a tale of two teams. At home in Boston Garden, they were dominant with a record of 39-2. But on the road, it was a different story, and the Celtics ended the year with a road record of only 20-21. This was the first time in the Larry Bird era that the Celtics had a losing road record, and this was because the team was getting old. The Celtics had injuries throughout the season to key personnel, including Bill Walton, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish. The Lakers cruised through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, sweeping the Denver Nuggets 3-0, beating Golden State 4-1, and then sweeping Seattle in 4 games.
It was just sensational. I mean, he is really, I never seen him like this.
Meanwhile, in the East, the Celtics had a tougher go. After sweeping Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls 3-0, Boston found themselves up against a tough Milwaukee Bucks team. It took them 7 games to get out of the second round. And next were the Detroit Pistons. After 4 games, the series was tied 2-2. Larry Bird was having a magical statistical game with 36 points, 12 boards, and 9 assists. And with only 17 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, the Celtics found themselves down by 1 point, but with possession and a chance to take the lead and a command of the series.
A flare for Bird coming off the McHale screen.
There's Bird with the ball against Mahone.
He'll take it to the hoop. You can bet. He's going to try to draw a foul.
It's blocked. And Seasting hit it off of a Detroit player. No.
After the refs signaled Detroit possession, the Celtics knew that they were all but done. But what happens next is no short of a basketball miracle, and it starts with Isaiah Thomas making the worst mistake of his career. With 5 seconds left, up by 1, and possession of the ball, all Detroit had to do was get the ball in bounds. But then this happened.
Right player, no, it is, here's a disparity in the call. They're going to give the ball to Detroit. Bird steals it. Johnson, layup, Boston, 1 second left.
In the bottom left of your screen, Isaiah Thomas quickly signaled to referee Jeff Kersey to give him the ball before the Celtics could set their defense.
No, it is, here's a disparity in the call. They're going to give
Bill Laimbeer was seemingly open under the net. Larry Bird saw the two lock eyes, and as the pass was in the air, Bird swooped in, stole the ball, and as he was falling out of bounds, saw Dennis Johnson cutting to the basket. He hits him for the bucket. Nice. Bird later said that Dennis Johnson was the best teammate he ever had. I think that this play had something to do with it. Watch Bill Walton's reaction as he goes from utter despair
He thinks it's a missed shot. He thinks the game is over. Seasting had tried to throw the ball off of a Detroit body.
to pure joy.
He did not get that. It was Detroit ball. And then, as Doug told you, the mistake on the...
This steal was one of the most surprising finishes in NBA history, and Danny Ainge later went on to say that it was Larry Bird's best play of his entire career. While the Celtics ended up winning the series against Detroit in 7 games, they had no miracles left while facing the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals, losing the finals in 6 games.
With an attitude that they just were not going to be denied. It was a long year of great hard work. I've got the best group of guys I've ever had, and they've worked very hard. They deserve this. I think it's the best Laker team I've ever coached.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below, give me some thumbs up, and please feel free to leave some comments. Peace.